dark tick mark in the middle?
Yeah, this?
Yeah, so we're going to consider that to be like 0. What I want you to do is I want you to count over to the right how many spaces until you get to that curved ornament. So how many lines is it, until the curve?
4.
Okay, so yep, you're right. We're going to assign that a number. We're going to call that 4. What about the pointed ornament? From the 0, from the middle, how many spaces or how many lines is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. Good. So we're assigning numbers to these. So there's a 4, there's a 6, and what about that last space?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so we're assigning numbers to these holes at the bottom. So we have a 4, we have a 6, and we have a 12. I want to make sure I have these right. Let's scoop the point. Okay, so come back to my screen. So at the bottom we have 4 was the curve, 6 was the point, and 12. Okay, so here's what we're looking for. At the bottom we have a 4, a 6, and a 12. We want to know which line at the top has numbers that don't necessarily match these, but they work, it's called proportionally, and it's a lot like equivalent fractions.
Okay. So
pick one of the lines at the top. Let's start with the very top line. Let's see your screen. Okay.
If I pick it, then I can't really touch it, but
that's okay. That's okay. I want you to start at that center mark again on the top line. Start at that center mark. And I want you to count how many spaces or how many lines over until the ornaments.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, 4. And then what about the point?
5, 6.
So we have a 4, we have a 6, and then what about the flat one?
7, 8.
So we have a 4, a 6, and an 8. So come back to my Jamboard. If I put those numbers in here, 4, 6, and 8. We've made 3 comparisons. We compared the curved ornament from the top and the bottom, the pointed ornament from the top and the bottom, and the flat ornament from the top and the bottom. So now I'm going to ask you to think back on what you've learned about equivalent fractions. Would you say that all 3 of these fractions are equivalent to each other?
No.
No, why not? There's one that stands out.
The last one that stands out.
Good.
4 and 4 is equal. 6 and 6 is equal. 8 and 12 is not equal because it is missing.
Okay, so we know that 4/4, if we think about fractions, we know 4/4 is the same as 1. We know 6/6 is the same as 1, but 8/12 is not. So this set of choices right here, this top line, is not our answer. Okay?
Okay.
So let's go back to the second line. Let's assign numbers to the second line.
The second line is the middle line, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so start in the middle. 1, 2, and that would be the first one.
We have a 2.
Yeah. And then a 4. A
3.
And then a 5, 6, 7.
Not quite. Try that again. We have a 1, 2, and a 3.
4, 5, 6.
We have a 2, a 3, and a 6. 2. Come back to my Jamboard. So we have a 2, a 3, and a 6.
Yeah. He's about to do this daggone fire alarm at the wrong daggone time.
Okay.
Ooh, looking at these numbers, I already see something.
What do you see? Yes.
I see that they're half of those numbers?
Yes. So what we notice is that 2 compared to 4 is equivalent to 3 compared to 6,
Mhm.
which is also equivalent to 6 compared to 12. So all of these comparisons are really like a 1 to 2 comparison.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. So because all of these comparisons are equivalent, this set of numbers is your line.
I'm like,
So
I need to
want you
escalate
choose
this to
that
Mr.
line.
Schutte because Miss Lee doesn't know.
Okay.
Go back to your puzzle.
Okay.
I want you to choose that line.
It's all dusty. Where you get that from?
But like you said, we have to stretch it like 1 to 2. So you're probably going to stretch this twice as long to the right. Yeah, pull it over to the right. And you're going to see that when you stretch that and make it twice as long, there you are. It sets up nicely.
It's hard out here.
Now come back to my Jamboard.
I think
You see it?
I'm to understand.
So it's not, what's important is that it's not a guessing game. When you start putting numbers to the ornaments and you start organizing them, that structure is going to keep working for you puzzle after puzzle, even when the numbers and the ornaments seem a little bit more difficult. You now have a tool that would help you instead of like, oh, I don't remember how this one is solved. Okay? And I'm going to leave you at that because I know time is short. I'm going to turn it over to Miss Lee. I'll be happy to help any other time, okay?